Curbless shower, how it's done, part 1.
Curbless. Okay, so just starting a curbless shower here, and I'm going to be using mud for the shower base, and I'm going to show you what's going on. So the carpenter came along and he lowered the plywood. Looks like just about 2 inches, maybe an inch and a half. And then remember, over here I'm going to be putting my floor underlayment. So that's going to raise it a little bit as well. So I got plenty of height here for mud. And what he did was he took off the joist, he took off like an inch and a half. I don't know if you can see that. He shaved off an inch and a half, and then he put the plywood on top. If you can't do that in your house, what you can do is put some cleats on the joist, 3/4 of an inch below the top of the joist, and then fill the stud bays with plywood. In this case, we had the ability to lower the floor completely, so we get a nice, it just makes it a lot easier for me. I don't have to use any special foam pans to make it work. I can just do mud as normal, and I'll show you how to do that. So to lower the subfloor so that we accommodate for the mud on top, the GC helped me out and cut the joist down so about an inch and a half, so that I have enough height on my for my mud bed. As you can see, I'm going to try and show you the floor has been lowered. I don't know if you can see that there. The floor has been lowered, and the joists have been cut down. See if I can show you. See up there, the joists have been cut down about an inch and a half, and then he put the plywood on top of that. So when he did that, he weakened the joist a little bit, but he reinforced the joist by lagging in these 2x4s. So any strength that was lost, he regained by putting in those, gluing and lagging in those bolts. So, but anyway, he cut the joist, lowered it, put the cleats in, and then put the plywood on top to accommodate for the height that I needed for my mud on top. So you can also see that pipe is cut. So when the plumber came in, like I tell him every time, put in your trap, do whatever you do. So, you know, the pipe that goes up to the shower, stub it out, but don't glue it in. So, but he glued it in. So what happened was I had to fit my bonding flange in, but I had to get a specific height. Because it's a curbless shower, I have to have it exactly at the height that I need. If it's a curb shower, if you're off by a 1/4 inch, not a big deal. Just put a little thicker mud or put a little less mud. But in this case, I needed to hit a specific height to make my mud work so I could get the curbless shower. And I tried for about an hour to try and get the exact height we needed. Because there's limited access, there's all kinds of pipes in the way, and you can't, it's hard to get, see, there's all kinds of pipes and wires and everything up there. I couldn't get deep enough with an inside pipe cutter. It was just impossible to get we just said, screw it, we'll cut it off, and then the plumber can redo the trap, or he can reconnect it when I'm all done. When you putting in a bonding flange, make sure that the plumber leaves it stubbed out, or make sure that you leave him specific instructions as to what height the bonding flange has to be if he has to glue it in, because that's what has to be done by code in your area. You know, you're doing a tile job, sometimes you run into problems. I'm going to be putting up my board here. I'm not going to show how I do that because I have plenty of videos that show how to do that. I am going to show you how I plane this down, because this stud was sticking out. So now I'm completely flat because I shaved that one stud down. It was just that one stud. The rest of them were good. So I'm going to put this board up, and then we'll get to the part that we're all interested in. Okay, so this one stud is sticking out. All the other ones are good. So I'm gonna plane it down. See this?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Okay, so I got all the walls prepped for the Curbless shower. Now I'm going to be putting Ditra XL. This is the 5/16 inch Ditra. The regular one is 1/8 of an inch. So that's going to give me some added height from the shower floor to the main floor. First I'm going to get my Ditra down over here so I know the exact height the shower has to be when I put in the mud, so that way I can put my membrane down, overlap it onto the main floor, and make this completely waterproof. Well, by the time I'm done, I'm going to have about 2 inches over here, and it's going to slope down to the drain over here. They do make foam trays that are low profile, but the slope to the drain, as you can imagine, is very shallow because you don't have a lot of depth to do that. But anyway, so the next step is get this Ditra down in the mud. Okay, so I got the Ditra down. This is the Ditra XL. With the Ditra XL, that gives me a full, well, just about a full 2 inches of height over here. So my distance from the drain to the wall is about 30 inches. So for the slope to the drain at 1/4 inch per foot, I'm going to need a little bit over 1/2 inch fall from there, from 2 inches down to here, which would be about 1.25 inches total thickness here under the flange. So you get 1/4 inch per foot slope. I'm actually going to, because this is a curbless shower, I'm going to give it a little bit more aggressive slope just so that it drains a little bit quicker, a little bit better. Over on this side, from here to here, obviously, because the perimeter all the way around is all going to be level with this floor here. So I get a nice same size cut all the way around. So from here to there, the slope is going to be a little more aggressive because I'm going to have it coming down about 1/2 inch from here to there, and in this distance here. So it's going to be pretty aggressive, but that's not bad, because I want the water not to go into the floor. I want it to go down to the drain. So if this is a little more aggressive, it'll drain a little quicker. And the same over there. And I couldn't, so the joist is right there, so couldn't put the drain that way, and on the other side it would have been too close to the wall over there. So this was really the only spot to put it. So I'm gonna put my mud in now, put tar paper, wire lath. This floor is actually level, believe it or not. It's kind of a level floor for once. So I'm gonna use this as a screed, and I'm gonna go straight from Ditra, straight back level, from that corner to that corner level, and then from here to their level, and then I'm going to pitch it into the drain, and I'm going to say they're going to connect this drain afterwards. Okay, so I got this tape on here so that I'm not filling my waffles of Ditra with mud, and I got the drop cloth over here so I don't get everything all filled with mud. I'll pull it off tomorrow. Because this is going to be connected afterwards, I don't have to worry about gluing it up. I'm going to make a ring of mud here, and then I'm going to set this to the height that I need, which is going to be about 1/2 inch a little bit more than ½ inch lower than that. And then I'll put some pin set on the back of this and set it in place. Just exactly what I want. Okay, so that's it. Curbless, put the membrane on there. Curbless shell. I'm going to waterproof all the seams and all around the perimeter as well. I'll do that tomorrow. The floor is level. It pitches down in every direction. Over here, and I have about 3/4 inch fall, which is what I wanted because I just want a more aggressive pitch on this floor. So now let's get the sheet membrane down and tie all this thing up.